Thank you for being with me today. I'd like to share my experience in growing fruit trees in the front yard. This place is Suncheon and Republic of Korea. I will introduce the kind of fruit trees that can be easily grown in the garden, together with the merits and demerits of each fruit tree. The major point that I considered in choosing suitable fruit trees were the resistance capacity to the harmful insects and virus, as well as the beauty, shape, size, flowers, and the fruit of the planting trees. Many fruit-bearing trees attract pests and bacteria, requiring us to spray frequently pesticides and disinfectants. It is needless to say that such weak trees should be avoided. The first tree that I'd like to introduce is the pomegranate tree. This tree shows a beautiful flower and sweet and sour fruits. Scarlet flowers being contrasted with green leaves will surely captivate everyone's eyes and mine. I think I don't need to elaborate the magical tastes of the pomegranate tree fruits. These trees are exposed to pests and bacteria somehow, but I think it is manageable. Pomegranate tree may grow in a bushy form, but we can make it to a tree form by pruning small branches and tying the long branches to the supporting low pole with a rope. The next tree that I like to introduce is a quince tree. I planted this 7-year-old quince tree in the spring of last year. I prefer planting young seedling, but I planted this grown-up quince tree because I needed a tall tree affording some shelter from the strong sun in the summer. Quince tree has a beautiful spot patterned skin. It looks clean, smooth, and rock solid. The trunks of most fruit-bearing trees get messy as time goes on, but this tree's skin retains its clean look regardless of their age. I have a big quince fruit over there. Can you see it? It will turn yellow and it is ripened in the fall. We can make fragrant quince tea using these aromatic quince fruits. Next tree is the silverberry, which is called as elaeagnus unbellata. Silverberry and Korean cherry tree have been planted in the front or backyard of our country for a long time. These two kinds of fruit tree are easy to grow and have high resistance capacity to the pests and bacteria. That's why Korean country houses have been growing these trees for a long time. Both of these two fruit trees bear a bunch of small red fruit in late May to early June. It is a real pleasure to see ripening fruits in the garden. I strongly recommend this silverberry and Korean cherry tree for you to grow in your garden. Next is grapevine. I think grapevine is also likely a fruit tree that we can grow in the front yard. Grapevine grows fast, and you can get in your harvest from the second year after you plant it. Grapevine may bear fruit in the first year, and you have to get rid of the fruits. Otherwise, the grapevine will not be able to spread the branches enough, because the nutrition would be consumed much to raise fruits. Grapevine is a little vulnerable to pests and bacteria, so you need to spray pesticide and disinfectants at least once a month. Next is jujube tree. Jujube tree bears beautiful fruits, and the green jujube turns into dark brown color when it grow live in September. Jujube tree is easy to grow in your garden and relatively strong to the disease. In the state of nature, this tree may go up to 15 meters high. So we need to prune stem and branches every spring. The stem or trunk needs to be pruned 100 centimeters to 200 centimeters high. And the main branches need to be pruned, leaving 3 or 4 burrs. Though we prune jujube tree heavily, we can have enough harvest, as new shoots bear fruits in the case of this tree. Next is plum tree. Though I planted the plum tree here, I'm a little bit reluctant to recommend this tree for you to grow in your front yard. The plum tree is too weak to the pests and virus. If you willingly spray pesticide and disinfectants at least 2 times a month, it should be okay. Lastly, I have blueberry tree and pig tree here. These 2 trees are well grown in the container. In order to grow blueberry, we need to use a mixture of peat moss, soil, and sons. If we plant this blueberry tree in the pure soil, the growth of the tree might be slow, and sometimes the tree will die. Fig tree is fast-growing tree. We can get fruits in the first year if we plant this fig tree in early spring. Most importantly, this fig tree is strong against the disease to such a degree that pesticides can be made of leaves of this fig tree. Thank you for watching my TV, and I hope you have a pleasant and enjoyable day. Bye. Bye, everyone.